Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am Urban Laughter.
And I am JB.
Don't do me, don't me. I tried to
And this
match
is the
us,
new
y'all.
Urban Crew.
I asked him, did he want me to put on a black and white shirt? And he told me no, he's negative.
Yeah, God told her she need to be herself.
So I should have changed my shirt and we
hmm
could have had on black and white together, unified force.
mm We could have also been bald, but you have your hair in,
Or
so
you could get a man weave. You could look
I
cute with some
I
blonde hair.
could. I want to like a man bun
I was thinking like a little
with faded
613, nice little
eyes.
high blonde little bun.
Oh, well, I don't know about the blonde. I'm not there yet. I got to
You
ease into
would.
it. I got to get used to my hair and see how I
But
feel. You know, have it up here
no,
or down low enough so it can come out in the back.
I'm gonna buy you one of them hat wigs. You know the wigs with the
No,
hat.
cause they be looking like hat wigs. Like they don't even try to make them look
They
authentic.
don't be looking like hat wigs. They be looking like hair under a hat that could potentially be a wig.
Oh, yeah. So a hat wig. It's okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
It's
Got
not
it.
a hat
How
wig.
art thou?
First of all, I'm out here with a New York story.
Oh,
It was
let's
lit
go.
though. It's a good one. I love it here because it's never a dull moment. Even if I don't share like the super exciting stuff with y'all, it's never a dull moment. But yeah,
Okay,
how are you?
so look what I'm no I'm fine. I'm trying to get to the New
No,
York story.
don't try to have fun. Okay, so I went on a little venture or whatever. Okay,
Uh
so
huh.
one of my homeboys here, he had a birthday party in the park Saturday. Boom, I go. Okay, cool. Let's circle back. Talking to this guy for a few weeks. He is of Latino descent. He lit. Um, he like, yo, what you doing this weekend? And I'm all like, nothing. He got like, bet I'm at a cookout with my family. I'm gonna come scoop you. Come slide. I'm all like, we can do that. I like food. Y'all know I like food. I'm all like, say that. So he comes, gets me. We go to the cookout. It's lit. Y'all, around like 11 o'clock, we go to a bonfire on the beach. Y'all know New York got beaches and stuff. We went out there like Sheepshead Bay. Y'all, why they got the whole, first of all, it looks like Death Central. First thing I thought was I was going to die. Okay. Because, this guy is technically a stranger. Okay. Let me rewind it back. The guy actually had a nice car. So when he
hmm
first comes to get me, he double parks. And I text him. He's like, I'm out front. And I'm like, well, which car is yours? And he's like, the gray one. Now, there's a couple cars that double park in front of the restaurant across the street from my house, y'all, all the time. Special service, the food's really good. If you're in Brooklyn, you know Bed-Stuy Fish Fry, the one on Halsey. I live directly across the street from it. Y'all know the food's amazing. Customer service is atrocious.
And that means the food is going to be
Oh,
amazing.
food is immaculate. And then the girls always come up because they Caribbean women. They always kissing their teeth. So always kissing their teeth. So because y'all know how Caribbean women get, they always who going in it? I'm like, okay. But when I first look out at the gray car, the first gray car I see is double park. Hoopty. Y'all, I instantly grabbed my other car, like, yeah, because I'm gonna probably have to catch an Uber. We're gonna have to push this shit. So I'm like, I get downstairs. No, he actually has a really nice car. Um, so we get in, we get the bonfire. Bonfire is in like a wooded area. Like, so initially it starts off, it's like mud. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. All I kept thinking was like, at least I'm gonna die happy because the barbecue was lit. Like that shit was like on a movie. Like you walked in the backyard and then you just hear the DJ. They had a DJ at their cookout, so it's going off. We up. I walked back like cousins, like Tupac on Poetic Justice. I really did walk back like cousins, y'all. I had disappeared from old boy for a second. He's like, "Yo, where you go?" Yo, I had found the food, so I came back to him. I had a place of black rice, macaroni and cheese, and chicken. His cousin walked up to me like, "Yo, I like her. She down to earth." Yeah, because I wasn't great. We walked past the food. He kept going. I'm looking like, "Oh, stop right here," because like, what are we doing? Like, get through some eats. I've had the proper amount of Ciroc at this point, so I need a little food. Anyway, at the bonfire, it's a nice little path. They got it lit up with glow sticks. It's lit though. Like it's really a vibe. So as we're walking into the mud, I'm like, oh my God, it's mud and woods. I'm getting ready to really die. Like this is wild as hell. First, they're like, come on. I'm like, I'm kind of scared. He's like, man, come on. I'm like, okay.
Man.
Eventually, the mud turns into sand. Open up. It's a DJ on the beach on the bonfire. But it's so deep in that you can't really hear it from the parking lot. You get up, it's like, oh, this is a vibe. Rain killed the whole mood. I mean, you're talking rain came down like, put the fire out. But it was a
Oh,
lit date. It was just wild. And we got back like around 5 in the morning, but there was still stuff open because he asked if I wanted to hit another barbecue.
5
Y'all,
o'clock in the morning.
y'all know how New York is. But he like, you want to hit this other barbecue? because his cousin ends up getting in with us. So me and him was kicking it for ourselves for a second, and he brings his cousin, and the cousin gets in, and he like, I'm leaving some parts out. I'm gonna tell you the other parts. Some of these parts I don't need to know. But his cousin gets back in the ride. He like, yo, I'm about to smack this other cookout. Y'all, it's 5 in the morning. There's another cookout still going on. And I'm concerned. And he like, yo, it's Saturday in New York. We in Brooklyn. We don't sleep. No, y'all really don't. And my body's shutting down. I have to go home. Okay. I need to go home, sir, at this point. Like, my body is like, please stop. But yeah, so that was my wild adventure. It was actually pretty fucking lit. And it was in the trenches because Canarsie is definitely the hood, baby. Ain't
Mhm.
no doubt about it. Food was amazing. Whoever made that chicken, shout out to you. And that black rice. And I don't even eat spicy food. That black rice had a little to it, but it was good. So I'm appreciative of it. But it was fun, especially the part where I thought I was going to die. Like, I really thought I was going to die. And all I kept thinking was, like, at least I'm happy. Like, that's all I
I
kept
mean,
thinking.
if you're gonna go, at least go with good spirits.
Listen, I was walking in the event of my demise by Tupac. Like, just preparing for the worst. But this is what happens because this is why I always tell y'all make good choices because sometimes I don't make good ones. That's why I depend on y'all to make them. So
Mm.
there we go.
Well, good for you. Sounds like you had
Thanks.
a great little weekend. I didn't do
Great long
anything. I just
weekend.
played video games. But you already know about the events that took place on Thursday with my job and
Man,
Halloween
your job
with
was
Gabby.
turned. Y'all, his job turned. It looked like they was going to a club. They had like those charter buses. I'm thinking these fools gonna ride on a yellow school bus. They got them soft seat charter buses. And when I say his coworkers are lit, lit.
Yo, no, let me tell you, okay, because I ain't gonna go into detail, I ain't gonna say where I work or anything like that, but let me tell you. Okay, so at the job, they decided we were gonna go to a baseball game. Went to a baseball game. It had beer, wine. People were going out to the whole arena so they can get liquor. So people were taking shots and everything. Yo, our VP of engineering was so drunk that he passed out on the bus. VP of engineering. In fact, I was standing there minding my business, and he just comes over to me and he's like, "Hey, come on!" I'm like, "Where are we going?" "We're going to a bar. They getting everybody shots." It was about 10, maybe. I don't know how many of us it was. All I know is that the bill for the shots came up to like 260
Damn.
just for the shots. So we end up leaving there. We get on the bus. So let me tell y'all.
Yeah, JB was giving us a blow by blow. And he talking about, well, I ain't doing this because, well, black. And I was
Yeah, right.
crying.
Because I'm trying to be conscious of it. Like, I'm black. I just I can't. I can't. I'm not. I want to indulge, but I'm not going to indulge in that way. I just not. I can't. Plus, I'm new. I ain't even been there a month. Y'all really want to see me on my ass? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. So, I told you we had beer, wine, everything in there. Why these hoes were stuffing their clothes with beer and leaving? Like, one dude had.
Why are y'all
you,
loading up
you
on beer and there's
you
beer?
you know how Batman got the utility belt to
Yes.
go. So we walk out, and this guy turns around and lifts up his shirt. He got 3 beers lined up inside of his belt.
No, not three.
I saw a girl do how you might have a couple dollars in your bra, and you kind
Mm-hmm.
of pull it out. She gonna pull out a whole Bud Light,
Yes,
ma'am.
sis. Use that bra. Listen, bras or get active with that bra, girl.
So we get on the bus. Get on the bus. All I know is I knew things were gonna get crazy because the guy sitting beside me gonna look at me. He says my name and says, "We about to get real close." I'm like, what the hell is about to happen here? What is happening? So then I hear somebody scream, "Where's the ox cord? Who
Yeah.
got the ox cord?"
Oh, you know it's about to be somebody asking for the ox.
Okay, so you know how white people they like certain songs. White people
Sweet
screaming, no,
Caroline.
no, 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 no. They got the karaoke songs, and then they got the black songs that all white people like songs.
I've got a feeling that
So,
tonight's gonna
no,
be.
no, they dove off the deep end. I hear somebody say, "Somebody play grills! Somebody play grills!" So it started getting crazy. But then this is when things really took a turn. Sitting there, I see someone communicating to the person with the aux cord,
I
and
see
I'm
someone
looking at,
communicating with the
and I'm watching
ox.
facial expressions, and I see the white girls light up. I'm like, "What is about to happen?" Genuine Pony comes on.
What? That's a classic. I'd have got up too. I'd have been all on the chair. You want it?
Well, no, but
Let's
that's the
do
thing. The
it.
guy beside me was a
No.
black dude. Wasted.
Oh
Wasted.
yeah.
He gets
Mm.
up and he starts grinding in the aisle, and then he starts lifting his shirt, and I'm like, "Whoa, what is about to happen?"
There's like egg anymore.
All the white girls, like you would have thought, they were Oprah's favorite things, like just like. So we leave there. I'm thinking, okay, good, this is it. No, everybody's like, let's go to backyards, which is a bar.
Oh, they're not done.
It's right around the corner. We go to
Wait?
the
Did y'all even
backyard.
go to the game?
Yeah, we were at the game. That's where some people were
Wait,
already
y'all were
in
acting like
the
this at the
game.
game.
Yeah, because there was beer and stuff in the building
Right.
at our job, so people were already drinking before we left. We left the building at 11 o'clock. People were
A.M. Yeah, I
already
remember this.
drinking.
I remember this.
So we get
11
the
a.m.
backyard.
CST. I remember this.
We
So
get the
they've been
backyard
pre-gaming all day at this point.
all
They've been
day.
drinking all day.
Get to backyard. Get the backyard. Walk in. I walked in with some people. Go over to the bar. I was like, I want some tequila. I was like, I'm gonna get a tequila sunrise. I pull out my wallet. They said, oh no, the tab is already open. I
Oh,
said, oh, it's about to get dangerous.
oh. You meant oh, oh.
So I drink
Didn't know that
that.
was from you.
This is when things I know that people were entirely too lit. I'm sitting there minding my business. I'm talking to a girl from Jersey, talking to a friend over here. We all sitting there in a circle, and I keep hearing, "Fuck that bitch." I was like,
Oh,
"What? What?" I turn around. This is this dude sitting at the table.
oh, I thought it
Go
was her name.
on.
Remember my old coworker that we used to like? Well, by we I mean me. I thought it was her.
Mm.
Mm, yeah.
Oh no,
Okay.
this person. He literally just sitting there. Fuck that bitch. And I'm like, who's he
Why?
talking to? And of course he was, but so I'm sitting there, and then I'm like, I'm gonna just continue talking. So I'm looking over at her, and then I feel this. So I turn around, it's him again. Fuck that bitch. It's like, who is this? Who are we
Oh, I
talking
know
about?
he getting a calendar invite for HR.
Oh, that's the thing. Lady from HR comes over to him. It's like, hey, are you ready to go home? So they called an Uber to get him home
Oh,
because
the
they
lady
didn't
from
want him.
HR basically told him this over for you.
Yeah, it was definitely over because anything else he would have had, I don't think he would have made it out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that
Mm.
he got that drunk off of beer, that means he was turning up beer left and right. But
But to get that drunk
I,
at the work event, I'm more concerned about you getting drunk like this at the work event.
which is why I did not do that
You
because
got work
I'm
on. You
black.
got to come back here, sweetie. This isn't your last
Well,
day.
but then I found out I left after that. I was like, you know what? Hey guys, it was great. I leave. By the time I get home, it's about 8 o'clock.
Okay,
I
not
talked.
bad.
I'm in a meeting with some people on Friday. They went to another spot
Wait,
after
after
that.
that spot?
After that
Oh,
one.
your coworkers was turned.
So I found out that the original, that like this Rangers game is actually something they normally do every year, and they used to make the day after the Rangers day game a holiday, but they
Because you need to
decided to
recoup.
stop doing that because for the holiday party they make the day after the holiday party a holiday.
I mean, why can't you
I
do both?
The way things turned out this time, it definitely needs to be that
It
way.
needs to be both.
But it was very interesting. Dwights are special people. They say and do lots of stuff. But you know what I did? Not that, because you know why?
This
Black.
ain't that, and that ain't this. Black. Come on, this ain't
So,
that, and that ain't this.
mhm. But yeah, so that's my story. But anyway, we done jumped off the show into a whole little thing.
No,
But
this
these were
was.
good stories.
Yeah, in fact,
But
these are good stories. Do y'all
before
enjoy
we
these
get
stories?
into everything down here, if you have not subscribed, subscribe.
To our YouTube channel.
If you're not following us on social media, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Rude Urban Truth Podcast and Twitter at Rude Urban Truth Pod. And check out the website, the rudeurban.truth.com. All right. With that said, Urban Laughter, do you have a rude quote of the week for us this week?
Man, it's not more so much a root cause. It's more like a question though, because I kind of don't understand this either. I never understood why we have to pay court fees. Like y'all invited me here, yes. Why we got to pay fees? You called me here. I was okay not showing up. I told you I didn't think I did it. I don't feel like this ticket should be paid. That's that. Why we got to pay court fees? But that ain't even come from me. It was come from Greg Blair Jr. Guy I grew up in my hometown with. Well, not grew up with him per se, but we went to school together. I'll say. But first
I
of
mean, that's
all,
a good point.
that's a
I
valid
mean,
point. Why are we paying court
what are
fees?
we
And
doing
you
this for?
invited me to the festivities. You invited me here. So yeah,
Not these festivities, though.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Mm-mm. Well, moving right along to Black Magic. I don't have a person. I have people. These people are black female athletes.
If it's up, then it's
All
up,
of
then it's
them.
up, then it's
All of them stuck. All of them. But in particular, this time I'm talking about all of the black female athletes that we sent to Tokyo to be on our Olympic teams because they worked it the fuck out. They worked it out. So we've talked about Simone Biles. Um, this is a Simone Biles stand account. Period.
okay. Say that.
But sis, she, we talked about it before how she kind of withdrew from the team. She withdrew from all around. She withdrew from her individual events, but she did come back and she competed in the balance beam. She reduced her difficulty.
Okay. She dumbed herself down and still came in
Still,
place.
it still came away with a medal.
Dumb.
Came away with a medal.
Because I seen that. I said, not you dumbing it down and still crushing. I mean,
It's
it's
still
really
crushing.
just, it amazes me.
Because
Can,
I looked into this stuff. Like the thing that she was talking about, she was dealing with is called twisties, where they can't really determine, they can't figure out where they are in the air when they're spinning. Like they
right.
can't figure things out. Nastia Lukin, who is a former all around Olympic champion from the United States, said that she's had to deal with twisties before, and the only way she could get over it was doing practice sessions in a gym into sponge pits. So she basically is continuing to flip so she can get used to the motion again, so she can determine where she is so she can land. Simone Biles didn't have that. She had a gym that the Japanese were able to allow her to train in, but she did not have that to get over that. They say sometimes that takes weeks, sometimes months to get over. Sis was able to do enough to still come back and get this medal.
Came back and got the medal. Can we also talk about Gabby pointed this out to me?
Hmm.
How the girl who looked up to her
Jordan Child
placed
was
that's her name. But
crying.
can we talk about how Simone Biles was cheering her on? And one of the announcers to
Yeah.
say that was Simone Biles going hard the whole time. Because I love to
Mhm.
see women uplifting women and genuinely uplifting women. Not the mean girls. Y'all keep hosting these fucking brunches and y'all little cliques. And then you be like, women's empowerment. And we get there and you don't got nothing to talk about. You just been copying and pasting these quotes from
The
off the
thing about
internet. And it's
Jordan
not the kind of
Child's
brunch you think it is.
story is even deeper than that. Jordan Child 2 years ago was about to give up gymnastics. She felt like this wasn't what she needed to be doing. But in a last ditch effort to get herself back in the game, she decided to relocate to Houston. Who lives in Houston? Simone Biles.
Say that.
Jordan Child starts training with who? Simone Biles.
I love to hear it. Now, I got a story about
Jordan Child
another
is
side of
where? In
Houston.
Tokyo. She ended up doing all that and she still has stuff to deal with. Her mom, side eye, her mom in jail now because I think it was like misuse of funds or something for some business she worked for.
Not her mom
So
being in jail.
yeah, but and I was actually commending Jordan because imagine going to the Olympics knowing that your mom is about to go to jail and she was supposed to get start serving her time on the very first day of the Olympics. The court actually pushed it out just so that she it didn't happen on the first day of the Olympics and she was able to see her daughter in the Olympics. But
Oh,
that's
that
another
was
story.
sweet.
But Jordan Child, that's one highlighting black woman. I can't wait to see what she does in the future. You say Gabby, that brings me to Gabby Thomas.
Talk
Gabby
about it.
Thomas ran the 200 meters. Gabby Thomas, only American that took got a medal in the 200 meters. Throw that out there. We got the 400-meter hurdles. Who the two best women in the whole world are from the United States? Sydney McLaughlin and Delilah Muhammad. Not only did they finish 1-2 in the 400-meter hurdles, they both broke the world record that Sydney had just broken 2 months ago.
Oh,
Let's continue to
do you
piggyback
smell
off this stuff.
this? It's
It's
magic. It's magic.
when I'm
It's
telling you, it was
magic.
like just the Disney thing everywhere, just sparkles everywhere when this was going on. They ran the 400-meter hurdles. Let's move over to the 400 meters. 400 meters had Allison Felix, her last Olympics. Sis been doing the Olympics since for 20 years. 20 years she's been. That means Every 4 years, she was still in the Olympics 5 times. So that's one thing. Sis is the one that I told you about before who had the baby, ended up having a hard pregnancy. Nike tried to change her contract where it was 70% less than what she had originally signed for. She left Nike, went to another place that supported women, started her own shoe brand that directly competes with Nike, and now she's in the Olympics and she won another medal. That medal,
Mm,
before we keep going, made her tied with the most decorated athlete from the United States with Carl Lewis. And if you remember back, Carl Lewis was back in the 90s and the
no.
80s.
Okay
I
then.
know you don't.
Yeah,
But
because I was like, no.
going forward, though, remember I told you about Delilah and Sydney doing the 400-meter hurls? The 400, 4x400-meter relay? They removed their hurdles from that and joined that team. They helped win another gold medal for the United States.
Mm, I
Along with
love to
another
hear it.
girl whose name I cannot remember, and I don't want to butcher how she spells it, but she's beautiful. Like I look, she has beautiful dark skin, and she just works it out. She runs the 800 for this relay. She came down to the 400 just to help the team.
Okay. I
So
love
we got,
how we even dumbing ourselves down just a little bit and still exceeding.
and that means she had a eight gold medal in the 800. That means she had a gold medal in the 4x400. Then we move our way over, just kind of trickle over to um, wrestling. Black
Definitely seen a
woman,
wrestling black
Tamara
woman.
Stock, first Black American woman to win a gold medal. You want to know how much people are hating? There are people who are trying to get them to challenge whether she is a woman or not because she won.
She looked like my homeboy's baby's mom.
Why is it that we just can't be better? Can't you just accept the fact that we win? 'Cause remember, the same thing happened with Simone Biles. A little white girl from another country said, "Well, I would win too if I was black." Huh? No,
You
I
would
mean
not have
possibly because you'll have the magic that we have, but
potentially.
I mean, sorry,
But if you ain't got it, you ain't got it, G.
you don't have it.
Oh,
You don't
Miss
have it.
Chow also. Miss Chow's story is one of the first successful Houston stories I heard. Because usually in my mind, it's like girls mess up in their hometown, they go to Atlanta to get themselves together, they kind of accidentally turn into hoes, and then they go to Houston or Miami to die.
But okay,
So I'm happy
well,
about her Houston story. It's proven. It's a proven fact. Studies show.
that's where Simone is too.
Yeah,
She's in
and
Houston.
Simone's doing excellent, but Texas definitely breeds greatness. It also
Hmm.
draws.
It also breeds Megan Thee Stallion and Lizzo and Normani and
Yeah, I mean,
Beyonce.
all of them girls are dope, though. I love all of them.
Hmm.
But I'm
But
just
yeah,
saying, when girls mess up in their lives too, they also it draws people in. The natives are amazing, but the transplants are too. But studies have
y'all,
shown.
I'm gonna just move right on along past that.
Y'all could
Just
listen to
gonna
what I'm
move right
saying.
on
I'm
along.
telling you, girls go to their hometown. They feel like they want to get out of town. They move to Atlanta. They get to Atlanta. They kind of mess up there. Then they go to Houston or Miami. End of story.
Hmm.
And I'm not arguing with
Hmm.
y'all on this.
Hmm.
It's a fact. Studies
I
show.
just I just want to throw out there that her hometown, like nothing about Jordan Child was really associated with Atlanta.
I
Um,
mean, I just said she was the first positive Houston story. I was highlighting that, meaning that she was a transplant that didn't come because like she messed up somewhere. That's what I was getting at. That's what
okay,
I was getting at. The moral of the story is she wasn't a transplant that messed up in Atlanta.
y'all, we gonna move right on along. I'm sorry to y'all who messed up in Atlanta.
He ain't got it. Don't apologize to his ass. Or don't accept his apology.
But yeah, there were
Not
many
this
other
thing
black
saying, girl,
women.
if you don't shut up.
Oh y'all, she already jumping down. She
That
already
bad.
jumping
Because
down.
I looked right at it.
But
I'm thinking, like, are you telling me to? Okay. Okay.
but
I'm
I
shutting
just
up.
wanted to highlight black athletes. There were plenty of others. The WNBA, they won their gold medal in the Olympics. We know that was full of black people. The black women were a part of the volleyball team that won another gold medal. It was just breeding of excellence throughout the entire Olympic Games. The men, y'all were there. You
Hmm.
attended, but y'all disappointed.
I just
Well,
want to
even
use this as
even
an
if we're not even going to
opportunity.
talk about just Black American women just going over to Jamaica. Jamaica swept the 100 meters.
I just want to use this as an opportunity since we're talking like these little ASMR voices. Women always do better at like literally
Oh yeah.
everything. Like, look at us,
Yeah. I'm
effortless.
not even arguing it.
Lady
I'm not
slay.
even
But see,
arguing
I
it.
didn't want to say it because he always saying I'm man bashing. But I
Oh
ain't
no,
want to do
no.
it.
There's certain
I let
things
him
I
man bash
always
today.
agree with. I
Mm-hmm.
always agree with. And like even Carl Lewis, the person that you said that you don't know, but Carl Lewis is a legend. He called out the men. He literally said this was like the worst mess that he's seen. They didn't even try. They like he demolished them, and it was like I dare y'all to say something to this legend. Dare y'all to say something to this man.
Oh, they didn't
Like
want no smoke, huh?
oh, they not
Mm.
with Carl Lewis because everything he said was true. In fact, I think that's why they came out and did the way they did in the 4x400. They knew they had to do better. They had to do better. But that is my black magic. I just wanted to highlight again our black women in sports, specifically those that went to the Olympics. But with that said, let's move on into Root Talk.
Root top, root top. Bounce that. I wish Future would go on tour and come to New York so I can go.
Mm, okay, be careful. You'll end up pregnant. Not
Ooh, I
because
might.
just because in his vicinity, I think his sperm just kind of filter out into the audience, and then you just end up being another.
Go to
What
hell. Like,
I'm just
go to hell. Let me ask you
I'm
a quick
just saying.
question though.
Mhm.
So, you know, I was talking about eating all this time. When you go out to eat, do you split the bill evenly if you're in a group, or do you just pay for individually what you purchased?
Um, Generally, like nowadays, a lot, especially in North Carolina, a lot of people would just ask straight up, like, "Hey, are these separate?" So they will go ahead and do it. But sometimes, if I'm just out with my friends, like let's say if it was me, you, Rico, or something, if they came through, I'm like, oh, just I've been
Split.
like, just
Yeah.
split it.
Yeah. See, that's me. I'm gonna just split it evenly, girl. I'm not about to be sitting at this table with you trying to add up what you ate. Because every time somebody add up what they ate, they always do it pre-tax. They don't include the
Hmm.
right tip. They math don't be mathing. Okay,
Hmm.
the math do not be mathing, and it makes me mad. Like, why isn't this adding up? Sweetie,
Yeah,
no. Let's just divvy this up evenly. We pay our portions. Everybody eats like drug dealers, and then we go home.
I
Duh.
mean, if I'm with my friends, like let's say it was us three or something, these are people I trust. These are people where I might go out with them and just take the bill myself.
Okay.
They might take the bill themselves.
Okay.
You don't really think about it too much because it's like y'all just
Mm.
came to have a good time and it's just what it is. Like you, I don't have to. It's too much work to be sitting there trying to go through and figure all this stuff out.
Chow. Trying to go through it, and like I said, divvying up the wrong stuff. So guess what? Guess what?
Mm.
Say what?
But
It was a real debate. My sister Mika sent me it this morning. Like, girl, do you know people? Me and her. Well, some of the people that were at this incident may be impacted, but we went to a restaurant. And it was several of us, and I know my sister's friends, and they cool girls. But I told them like, yo, y'all, when the check come, let's just get one check. I'll just put it on my card. Everybody can just cash at me, right?
hmm
Why the check come and these heifers really sitting there trying to split it? Why my homeboy, he live in New York, he came with me, starts going off. What are they doing? They are just, this is ghetto. We're the black people sitting here
was it
hovering
Kenny?
over the bill. Hmm?
Was it Kenny?
It was. Don't be putting him. I was trying not to put him on blast. And then I had to stop him. Like, Kenny, wait. We live in New York and we're used to these kinds of bills. Everybody ain't used to bills like that. So I get it. Yeah, like, girl, I'm sitting here, and he said something. He was all like, these girls probably make more money than me, and they're sitting here trying to split it up. Girl, just give her $60 and go. Hey, I was screaming.
It is
Yo,
because it's like I've been to an event once where something like that happened. It was a couple of us at the table, and literally people trying to figure out
yeah,
this, and this, and then you
ghetto,
got
time
people just trying
consuming,
to
and
get
just
out
come
of paying
on.
for stuff, and it's just like just if it come out, just throw out the money and just keep going. But
Go,
now you
please.
wasting time. We sitting here going back and forth about this stuff,
Yes.
and some of us just don't. We want to go, but we don't want to be the person that just gets up because then it look like we ain't pay our part. We just feel like
Right.
it's yeah,
And
it's a
again, the math is never mathing. If your
mhm.
friend ain't
Yeah,
add their
always
portion up
something that
right,
ain't been paid for.
if your
Always
friend ain't
something that
add
ain't
their
been
math
paid
up, or the waitress is swiping the wrong cards. Because now
for.
you got a receipt. I ain't eat the chocolate bundt cake. I ain't have a glass of sangria. See, if we had did this evenly, we wouldn't have to worry about all this. We wouldn't
Hmm.
have to. But then there's the people who, well, why should I pay for somebody else's food that didn't eat? Why you come out to eat with me? Why you come out to eat with me? Hmm? Because y'all know how I get down. I've been eating like a drug dealer since forever. And you know how I am, JB. I'm somewhere and they be like, you should get a pitcher or glass. Run that pitcher. Run it.
Hmm.
Extra tacos for him? Yes, because he eats. Oh, JB is a bottomless pit. So I already know coming out with JB, you gonna need some money because he gonna eat. If he ain't gonna do nothing else, he will eat. He might not even indulge in liquor, but there will be food consumed. So
Hmm.
just know. So we already know what type
Like,
of
can
time
you
our
imagine
refrigerator.
if we were doing that that day we went to the brunch together and we were just
Art?
getting lit? Like, can you
No.
imagine if we would have sat there like, well, I only had this and I only had.
Man, me and JB, when I say y'all, we drank and we drank and we drank and we drank and we drank, and a bottle came and a bottle came and a bottle came and a bottle came. Y'all people who want to pay y'all own individual bill individually, don't come eat with us. We're not the group
Yeah,
because we
because
don't
think about
quit.
it that way. Well, you really gonna be sitting there like, okay, well, let me
Well,
pay
like, well, I
attention to
only
the fact
had
that
these two
this was the
cups.
bottle that I said I wanted. This is the
Yeah,
bottle.
you said,
Listen,
well, I
man,
ain't get
because
the
y'all
red,
both
but you had
sharing
the
the
white.
same bottle. Unless y'all sitting there with two bottles on the table at one time, y'all
Not only
sharing the
oversharing
same
to
bottle.
JB and I split the bill with strangers. We did not know these people, but they had changed because the one that was a
Yeah,
doctor, they didn't have a Porsche or something. One was like an
yeah.
actual like surgeon. Like I knew they had changed, so you could tell. So we all sitting
Hmm.
there. I'm looking at JB like this is getting a little rich for my blood. Then they're all like, "Oh, don't worry about it, guys. We can split up." Da da da. We still paid our way. I think we split it with strangers, didn't we?
Hmm.
Yeah. See,
So
this don't make no
we
kind of
were
sense.
eating outside. I think we paid our bill outside. When we came back in, we ended up joining these strangers, and then.
And drank. I mean, we really drank too. Like
Hmm.
it was disgusting. Like I told you, Destiny was like, I was like, where are y'all at? I said, we come from brunch. She gonna say, girl, it's 5 o'clock. It is dinner time.
And we had been out there for
Y'all,
hours.
JB said he passed out on the bathroom floor and his husband stepped over him.
He just left me in there.
Y'all, I lived by
He's like,
myself. I left
"Why
my
am I
keys in
waking
the
up on
door.
the floor?"
Man, remember I told you, I was like, I woke up sick. Like, oh no, this is ugly. This is like legitimately ugly.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-mm. But yes, I agree. The
Yeah.
splitting the bill is just too much work. It is too much work.
And the math don't be mathing.
Because then you can hear them. So who wants this on their bill? Who wants it? And then people don't want to say nothing. You end up taking stuff that you probably didn't eat on anyway. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm doing it because so we can get the hell out of here.
Yep. Because then the girl comes back, like I said, you ain't eat the bunt cake, but you got charged for it. Now she got to go back again and recharge it. She got to take the bunt cake off, put the bunt cake on the right order. The person who actually ordered the bunt cake already done paid whatever they got charged and is gone.
And ain't saying nothing because
Ain't
there's
saying a
always the
word because you're
person that
not going to
said,
recoup those funds.
they be sitting in the corner like, I ain't get my check, y'all. I ain't gonna
Hmm.
say that. And then when they decide they're gonna dip out, that's when they like, hey, there's still something left to pay, and somebody's paying for somebody else's meal. Then
Hmm.
those
Pretty
are the type of
much.
people I don't like going out with.
Yep. I'm going to agree with you. So I'm glad we settled that debate.
Hmm.
Okay. Moving right along.
I mean, you put something in
Oh,
there.
you want me
You
to
can
go
read it.
again? Okay, because I thought you was gonna read it. My bad. Another quick question. What invention has done more harm than good?
I would say the cell phone.
The cell phone? I'm voting for valet trash, man.
Mm. I'm going with the cell phone because it is good. We all have them, but I feel like this. When you look at how this generation is with the phones, like, have you seen like how kids don't even seem to know how to operate unless they got some type of device with them. Like the
Yeah,
fact
I've
that
even
like parents,
seen like 2 year olds that can't function without iPads.
like I'll be sitting back, like, a lot of parents be like, "Oh, you have kids and you'll start doing it." And I'm like, well, our parents didn't. Like they didn't have iPads, they didn't have this
Right.
stuff, but we've got occupied. We were outside. I swear, I very rarely see kids playing outside anymore.
Yo, not just think about it. I don't either. I've seen kids sitting on the stoop on their iPads.
Mm. Like adults, we be outside now.
Yeah. Speaking of
But
outside,
it's not.
the other day I was venting to my mom. Speaking of outside, and this is just a quick sidebar. I'm like, yo, I want a boyfriend again. 'Cause I know I broke up with my ex in November. I'm like, damn, I want a boyfriend again. And before I could finish, so he can pay for my hair, my mom cut me off like, yeah, it would be nice if you had a specific significant other to do something with. Because right now, you just be outside. My mom said, she said it like I was a free floater. Like I just be outside randomly, just in the streets. And like I need a handler. And me and my best friend Gabby were cracking up. She was all like, yeah, because she's like, right now, you just be outside. I'm
She
all
said
like,
you like a kite, like you just
right. Like I just be free
floating
flow.
through the wind.
Y'all, I'm outside with like destinations. Do I not tell you like, oh, I went to this art event. Oh, I went to this party. Oh, I went to this park. Like it's always an event, a specified destination. And she was like, yeah, because right now you just be outside. I said, no, my mom didn't do me like this.
Mm, she
Don't
did.
do
She did.
did me. Don't do me. Don't do that. I hate to see
Mm-mm-mm.
it, but it's all right.
That is funny. It's true, but it's funny.
No, shoot, sis played me. Before I can even, I said, and what I was trying to say after I felt insulted, I was like, what I was trying to say was I wanted a boyfriend again so he could pay for my hair because I'm tired of paying for my own. She's all like, hit her Newport. Like I already said what I said. Before I could even get it out, she said, yeah, it'd be nice for you to have a significant other to do something specific with because right now you just be outside. Like, girl.
Got red.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a nice little read. Well, moving into one of my favorite segments now, rude news.
Rude news is some foolishness. And you're toxic.
So, what Urban Laughter was looking at, she happened to go snooping down, looking at what I put in rude news, and I give them titles. If you this is your first time watching this or listening to this, I give titles. Just like Urban Laughter looking down at her phone. You should see it. Y'all
Oh,
see
y'all
it
can
all?
see me? Wait, y'all can see. But how you know I'm looking at my phone?
Because your eyes.
I wasn't looking at my
Your
phone.
eyes did it.
I'm looking at the
It's,
keyboard.
right.
All right, I'd be
So
lying. I
I
was
give
looking at my
everything
phone.
titles. But
Right, I'd be lying. I was looking at my phone.
so first one, I call this one "Girl, Shut Up," or "Girl, If You Don't Shut Up," whichever one. Either way, came across this article. Right, this woman decided she was going to sue McDonald's.
Not
Why?
McDonald's.
She was going to sue McDonald's because she saw a cheeseburger advertisement that she felt like was so irresistible that it caused her to break her fast during Lent.
Oh, not her line. It's
This
the devil, sis. It's the devil. He's in you.
because her name is Ksenia. I'm not going to try to attempt her last name. She's from Russia.
Oh, okay
She
then.
said that she saw an advertisement featuring cheeseburgers and chicken nuggets, and it caused her to break her fast because she was trying to stay away from meat and other animal products for 6 weeks. But she saw this advertisement and just could not help herself. And instead of just saying, "Girl, this is your fault," she opted to blame McDonald's for having an advertisement that was just too good. That made her want these nuggets and this burger.
Not you wanting these nugs. Like, girl, if you don't get into this steak and go,
Do you know
I
how
mean,
much
I know
she's
it's not
suing
steak.
for though?
How
Just
much?
$14.
I thought you was gonna say like millions. I know you like, girl. You could have just said Uber Eats ain't drop your food off and got your money back. Not you wasting
$14.
the court's time and taxpayer dollars in civil
Yes,
court for this foolishness.
yeah, she said she's suing
No,
McDonald's for $14 as compensation for sustained moral damage.
this is stupid. See, this is the problem. See, this is why dictatorships be thriving. No, I'm joking.
This is what this host said. In the actions of McDonald's, I see a violation of the consumer protection law. I asked the court to investigate and, if a violation has taken place, to oblige McDonald's LLC to compensate me for moral damage in the amount of $14.
$14. Oh, but quick question: did she get sauce for her nugs? Because she might be cheating herself. It might be a smooth 16. Because you know they be trying to rock you on them sauce for them
Oh yeah,
nuggets.
you ask for extra sauce and they be like,
They act
I'm
like it's
gonna
coming out of
take
their
this.
paycheck.
If you don't give me that damn sauce, you
When
gave
I
me
worked
one
at
sauce for
McDonald's,
10
just
nuggets.
FYI, y'all, and I hope McDonald's don't try to send me no bill. I used to give y'all sauces for free, and I used to load them down. Not playing with y'all on these sauces, man. Come on off that sweet and sour. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I remember one of my coworkers one time really made this lady. She's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a quarter." The lady was all like, "What?" And you could tell, lady, her kids was running around. She was burnt out. She just wanted a sandwich. She's like, girl, she digging around, digging around. I told the lady, I said, "Hey, ma'am, can you come here for a second?" I slid her to, girl, get out of here and take them badass kids with you, because
Right.
ain't nobody playing with her about no quarter for. And she's all
That's
coming to me.
impossible.
Well, you know, you really just lost. You shouldn't really be giving 25 cents. And why is she telling me, y'all? She really took. And yes, she was. Yes, she
No, this
was.
sounds about
Before you
right.
even ask, she was. Sis told on me. Y'all, I want to take a handful of M&Ms because the old school McFlurry machine used to have to twist this little thing. I want to take a handful of them M&Ms and just.
Hmm.
I was hot.
Well, moving along. This next one I'm calling whitewashing,
Oh, okay.
or the lack thereof.
You say that.
So, in news that no one anywhere asked to find out or know anything about, This all started because Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher made headlines because they went on Dax Shepard's podcast, and I believe Dax Shepard is the husband of Kristen Bell,
You talking about
and they
Christian
were
Bale to
talking.
play Superman? I mean Batman.
Kristen Bell, the woman who's the voice on Gossip Girl,
Oh,
and
I'm thinking about Christian Bale,
oh yeah, you saying
Bale,
yeah,
the one who
yeah.
played
This is
Batman.
Kristen Bell. So somehow it came up
My bad.
that Mila Kunis decided she was going to tell people that. Well, I'm just going to quote her because I don't want anyone thinking that it was me. Mila Kunis, and I quote: "I don't wash my body with soap every day, but I wash pits and tits and holes and souls. When I had children, I also didn't watch them every day. I wasn't a parent that bathed my newborns ever."
Ooh, I hate baby. I love how babies smell, but I would hate to smell a baby that doesn't smell like a baby.
Ashton Kutcher doubles down on what they're talking
Aren't
about,
they married?
which, yeah, doubles down on what she was saying if you can see the dirt on them, clean them. Otherwise, there's no point.
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal, who most people in the world have completely forgotten about anyway,
I ain't nobody
decided that
forgot
he
about
was,
Jake Gyllenhaal. He's cute.
I mean, sure. So he said, is he still cute after saying more and more I find bathing to be less necessary at times?
Is
I
he
do
saying like
also,
bathing or showering? Like, do he
yeah,
actually, or he just means like, how black people we just say bathe,
he's
but you could
talking
be
about he's about
just
taking a
using
bath.
soap and water.
Yeah, soap and water.
Okay.
He said,
And
I
I was
do
asking because you know
also
how black people we do. We say bathing. You could be in the
bathing needs to be in
tub.
the
You could be in
tub.
the shower. Either
Hmm.
or. Like we be like, oh, you need to
Hmm.
bathe yourself. It could be shower. It could be bathtub, and you soaking. Either way, it's
He's
basically you getting into some water and getting involved with some soap.
He went on to say, I do also think that there is a whole world of not bathing that is also really helpful for skin maintenance, and we naturally clean ourselves. So before we even keep going, because there were some celebrities that did speak out about this. What are your thoughts on this bathing
Okay, my
thing?
thoughts on this bathing thing, absolutely not for me because I was always raised to bathe and with a washcloth. Let's be specific. Some people using their hands too, barbaric. But
Hmm.
yeah. So I was taught to shower and or bathe daily,
Hmm.
at minimum once a day. You can definitely do more, but at minimum once a day, you have to do it. And it's actually refreshing. Also, I've come to find, and hear me out, guys. The reason
Hmm.
people smell is bacteria.
Hmm.
So part of bathing is also hygienic and healthy because it's cleaning off the bad bacteria. So bodies may clean themselves to an extent, but you still need some soap and water to follow up with it. You need a all hands on deck kind of thing to clean the bacteria off you because that's why those places stink. It is bacteria.
Well, my
And I'm
thing
not a
is also
scientist and I
this.
can't give you all the deets on the bacteria, but I know that the funk comes from bacteria.
I made a post on social media the other day. You participated in this
Did
conversation
I?
when I made the post about Tussie.
Oh yeah, Tussie will let you.
Okay,
Y'all
so
can
for
use
those of you who don't
Tussie.
remember or don't know, Tussie is some deodorant, real cheap deodorant that is basically it makes your underarm waterproof. That's how I see it. Like you literally like you could just spray some water on it and your whole underarm will remain dry. And it will remain dry for days if you let it.
Mm-hmm. Tussie will be
These
good
are
for
the
people.
people that I it now makes sense why degree would be like 48-hour protection. Because in my
Mm-hmm.
mind, I'm like, why would I ever get to 48 hours? Like, for what reason would I ever get to 48 hours of not having bathed? Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, and Jake Gyllenhaal are letting me know that these are the people that deodorant is catered to.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock.
My guy.
Dwayne Johnson did not come out here to play with these hoes.
Mm-hmm.
He made a tweet that said, "Nope, I am the opposite of a not washing themselves celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Shower cold water when I roll out of bed to get my day rolling. Shower warm water after my workout before work. Shower hot water after I get home from work. Face wash, body wash, exfoliate, and I sing off key in the shower."
Note that he used the soap emoji too. Don't play.
Hmm.
Note that soap emoji. And I like that because before he asked the trend of not bathing, he made sure to let you know not only do I bathe, but it's tiered bathing at that. And here's how it goes it goes
Hmm.
cold, warm, and hot.
Hmm. Then I don't.
He looked like he smelled good though, don't he?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like Rihanna. And people have talked about Rihanna a lot. They said that literally being around her, she just smells
She do
amazing.
look like she smell good.
I
I
think it
want to
was
be that
Sarah
person
Paulson
so
said she
good.
was with her and smelled her and literally was like, I've never smelled anyone that smelled this amazing. But Bethany Frankel, someone that I really don't know much about, but I remember she's on like one of them Housewives shows. She
Mhm.
actually said, "Is it okay if I admit that my daughter bathing daily is a firm rule in my house? Bathing is cleansing, relaxing, and helps with sleep. I have
And it
instilled in her
de-stresses.
a good hygiene routine since birth. Am I canceled for this radical approach?"
No, you're not, because it definitely feels good.
And
Like
then
I was gonna
last,
say, that showers feel great. They wake you up.
yes,
They can
especially
wake you
after a
up. They can
long
put you to
day.
sleep. I
Oh my.
always take my showers like first thing in the morning, and usually sometimes before bed.
Mm-hmm,
And both of them work either way. Like in the morning, it wakes me up, gets me okay,
mm-hmm,
Chase sees the day. At night, it's like, all right, lull yourself to sleep, sis. Lay
mm-hmm,
it down. You feel all nice and clean, and you be like, feels
mm-hmm.
good.
But
Feels
Jason Momoa
good.
spoke out too.
Who did?
Jason Momoa, Lisa Bonet's husband.
Oh, honey, I know he washed. You could tell.
He said, I'm not starting any trends. I shower. Trust me, I shower. I'm Aquaman. I'm in the fucking water. Don't worry about it. I'm Hawaiian. We got salt water on me. We good. He letting us know. Lisa Bonet ain't gonna let him be up in there not
Right.
showering.
I mean, think about Serena's husband, Alexis. He said, "My wife taught me how to, what do you say, wash with a washcloth."
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we're learning day after day that a lot of white people were not taught proper hygiene.
I don't even know
And
if it's
it's,
that. All I
and
was saying is this is how bubonic plague spread. It
mm-hmm,
definitely was a plague, but poor hygiene also helps spread it. And
mm-hmm,
we got to remember that. Good hygiene actually kind of stops the spread of disease. That's why
right.
they suggest things like hand washing. So if you have to
Which
wash your
people
hands
had
to keep
not
clean,
been doing.
imagine what you could do with your whole body clean.
You know how many men I've seen go to the restroom and then walk right out? Literally.
Women too, though.
Like when before COVID, I'm like, I didn't even trust y'all then. You really think I'm gonna trust you with proper hygiene now? No, not
Mm-hmm.
gonna do that. But moving right along. I titled the next one, Dressed in All Black Like the Omen. Wait.
Mm-hmm. Because this
Because
one is wild.
he wasn't in all black, he was in yellow. Washington man, which usually we hear these titles coming from Florida, so I make sure I'm gonna let y'all know this is from Washington.
Uh-oh.
Man in a yellow dress steals a school bus, rams the front end loader into a estranged wife's home. So 39-year-old Andrew Lawden was alerted after employees at some rafting company witnessed him driving off in the company's privately owned large yellow bus. They found the bus and spotted it through a red light. He did not pull over when they tried to get him to stop. So they gave up chase. Okay, there's apparently a new police reform law that no longer allows law enforcement to pursue fleeing vehicles unless there is a probable cause that a serious felony occurred.
I
Hmm.
mean, that kind of makes sense because, like, high speed chases really endanger mad people for
A
real.
lot of people, a lot of
Yeah.
people.
And, like, people die and then there's wrongful death suits. And understandably so, like, yo, you
Hmm.
killed my entire relative, bro, on something that had nothing to do with them. Like,
Hmm.
absolutely nothing to do with them. I'm
So
sorry. Go ahead.
this man took this bus, drove it into his house. It was his house, his own house. It turns out, it seems like he did this on purpose towards his wife for whatever reason. But I saw this article and I was shocked, not because of all of the events that took place here, but when they showed the picture of his dress,
First of all, it
y'all,
very
the
H&M
full print
vibes.
on this dress.
It's giving me H&M vibes.
And
Say
you
it
better
don't.
than me because you gave it H&M vibes. I'm looking at this like, oh, he got this from Roses.
Not roses.
This is one of them Roses dresses. Because it
See,
looks a mess. I'm like, how did this happen? But he tore this house down.
my man
He
said, and we're going to floor it into the house.
hmm Yeah, into the house. But he's been charged with theft of a motor vehicle, possession of a stolen vehicle, first degree malicious mischief and domestic violence, and attempting to elude a police vehicle, all in his bright yellow dress. And lastly, I just really got on the pistachio bandwagon. I had never really eaten them, but they're not too bad.
What? I smash pistachios, and I used to definitely eat the ones that come with the red dye. Me and my best friend and used to put them on like nails, walking around with little
Oh,
pistachio hands, like, get into these pistachio nails.
I'm gonna spit out my more water, but came across this quick artist, my last one, y'all. Alberto was found to have been stealing pistachios. He stole 42,000 pounds of pistachios. I did not know that pistachios were as expensive as they are, but there is currently a $5.2 billion pistachio industry. He stole
Oh.
42,000 pounds of pistachios.
What were you
He
gonna do
was
with these
repack
pistachios?
he was repackaging all of them into smaller packages in order to resell them. So
I mean,
he
pistachios are high though. I ain't gonna hold you. You were buying them at the
those
gas station?
what are those
Astronomical.
those in macadamia nuts.
Bruh, I might have bought some of them shiesty, might have bought some shiesty pistachios.
So putting this out there, I already told you what the industry is like when it comes to pistachios. What this man stole, he stole what would have been two truckloads valued at $294,000
Oh.
of just pistachios, and he was going to be selling them, I guess, on the black market. Like, are people really out here buying pistachios on the black market?
Did you hear me just say I would have bought some off of them? Oh, okay. The hell?
Okay, well, there you
Pistachios are
go.
high.
But I'm just
I just,
like, out
just
of
want
all
to
the
throw that
stuff
out
to
there.
steal, you went. I mean, I guess that's smart. You go in an avenue that people probably wouldn't have been thinking about, like, oh, there's someone laundering pistachios or something. I don't know. But I saw that, and I just, me being me, had to let y'all know about that one because that was weird. But now we're about to get into some real messy stuff. Am I the assholes?
Yes.
This one I'm calling the Red Wedding.
Here you go.
If you've watched Game of Thrones, you know what that means or what that is, but this is not like that at all. So, this Am I the Asshole is the subject says, my boyfriend places sheets on all of the furniture when I'm on my period.
Girl, what? Girl, leave him.
So,
Because he's
he's
dumb.
24. He's 28. It said, my boyfriend is really protective over his furniture. I assume because it's all white. This really shows when I'm on my period. My boyfriend does humiliating things like placing sheets on all of the chairs and lounges. And she put in parentheses, I feel like if I were to leak, I'd just leak through the sheets
Say
anyway.
that because that's just what I was thinking.
And then he makes her sleep in the guest bedroom on the first 2 days of her period, which are her heaviest days. And then he even asked me about when was the last time I changed my tampon. I am a grown woman who has had her period since the age of 12. I don't need somebody to remind me to change her tampon. When he does this, I just feel embarrassed, and it gives me the vibe that he cares more about materialistic things than me. I'm not even allowed to cuddle him during my period. He acts like I'm just gushing the waterfall or something. I started my period yesterday, and as I expected, the sheets came out. I decided to put my foot down, and I took off all of the sheets on all the furniture, which got my boyfriend irritated, to which I told him that he needs to stop treating me like a leaking juice box. He's saying that I have no right to prevent him from keeping his expensive furniture clean, and that I'm the one acting like a jerk. So I need to know, am I the asshole?
Girl, knock all that shit over. You should have ripped them out and then kicked the couch over. Secondly,
Mhm.
there's men out here whole running red lights. I don't encourage that kind of behavior. Let that shit flow out of you and clean you because periods are cleansing. Let it be. But there are men out here who will whole run the red light. And you worried about a guy that's putting front. The fool is putting sheets. Like I said, he's dumb. He's putting sheets on the furniture as if blood is not going to leak through the shit. Girl, I
He
thought you
did
was
not
going to say
know
something
he's
like he putting
throwing
down
sheets out.
plastic.
Yeah, if he was throwing that, like he decided he was going to turn the home into a Puerto Rican home and play plastic on all the furniture, then I'm like, okay, Like he
Girl, kick
literally
them
pushed him
couches
to the
over.
edge.
Show them how dirty they could really get. Kick them
Mm.
over with your foot, a muddy foot. I want you to Rick James it like how he did in that Dave Chappelle skit where he said, F your couch. And he was just sitting there. And I said, F your couch. And I'll be cussing all this time. I done blocked out that. That's the one
and
thing.
this,
Okay,
and this
whatever.
and this
Right.
is when you don't want to cut.
Right. This is the one thing I block out. But y'all get what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Like, girl, no, he is. And she thought he ain't gonna cuddle. You gotta get into this.
Okay. I didn't even know people actually went that far to be like, oh, don't even
First of all, go
cuddle
get
me.
me a hot water bottle and rub on his stomach.
Yeah,
We're getting a
yeah.
belly rub out of here.
He's. I just feel like, oh, can you imagine how he would be if they had kids? You know, kids are they throw up, the babies they be shitting all out the diapers, all this kind of stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's going to struggle big time when that time comes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like
he's
what is
definitely
wrong with
happy.
him?
Well, this next one, I am calling talk your shit to my face.
Oh, okay then.
So the actual post ended up being taken
And you know you
down
ain't put
from
no link in
Reddit.
here.
Yeah, because the actual post got taken down from Reddit.
Oh, I see the little note here. My bad. Hope I
So
never read
I
it.
had to find it somewhere else. So I'm just gonna let you know. The title is "Am I the asshole for not making it known I understand Spanish to my girlfriend's family when they talked about me?" So here we go.
Woo.
All right. So the 20 is a 24-year-old guy. He met his family's first girlfriend's family for the first time over Zoom after moving in together during quarantine. He's white. His girlfriend is Latinx. But
Oh, is that the proper
um,
term?
yeah, that kind of is a bit more all inclusive.
Okay, Latinx. Okay, I'm glad you
Okay,
told me that
so
because I wasn't sure what it was. Okay.
what his girlfriend nor her family knew was that he was adopted and his mother was Mexican and taught him Spanish at a very young age. So they basically saw this white guy and just assumed that he was white, probably didn't know too much of anything. Well, while everything was cool at first, it didn't take long for the family to start switching to Spanish to share their real thoughts about him. He said her grandma was the first to say something in Spanish, and her words surprised me because she was literally so nice talking to me, and then suddenly switched to saying something else, basically saying, "Why another white boy?" And then she asked when she can set her up with one of her friend's nephews.
Oh,
Mhm. As her other family members shared their thoughts in Spanish, he just sat back and listened. He said, "I didn't say anything because I was curious what their real thoughts on me were. It kind of sucked that they were so freely talking about me right in my face." Then the criticism moved on to him moving in with her because he didn't have any money. So when they said that, that's when he answered in Spanish. "We moved in together because we wanted to take the next step in our relationship when we love each other." And the entire family looked like they were in shock and started to apologize immediately.
Don't apologize
Mhm.
now. I'd have said it and I'd have finished mine with something wrong. Muy bien! Something completely wrong. Something completely wrong. Because I had my Google Translate on.
so,
Oh, I bet that. Oh, I
mhm.
love when stuff like this happens. Mm-hmm.
so,
How's
so,
that?
th- so then her sister starts to tell us what he did was petty and mean and that he embarrassed them. That he should have said that he knew Spanish because that conversation wasn't meant for him to understand or be a part of it. Therefore, it wasn't his business to listen in.
Oh, so you was going to talk shit on me, and that's
My
funny.
thing is this: why would you do that in front of him anyway? Why not have the decency to wait until y'all not in the same space to talk about him? You did it
At
in
minimum,
front of him.
text it.
And then gonna be mad because he knew what y'all was saying the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
See, I- but they are trying to tell him he's an asshole. I was like,
He's
no,
not.
they are only mad because they got
He
called
figured
out
their
on their
asses out.
bullshit, and
Yeah.
yeah, he knew what they were saying. Because my auntie, Aunt Shirley, that same thing happened to her. You seen her? She's pretty light. She could pass for white if anybody's not paying attention.
Yeah, she definitely
Um,
could.
she
Then
said she
she
was
gonna
on the
kick that
elevator one.
Espanol to you.
If she was on the elevator once, she said she was in there with two women who were speaking Spanish about her, talking shit about her the whole time. And she said all she did was just sit there the whole time. Then the elevator opened up, and before she stepped off, she turned around. She called both of them bitches and all kinds of stuff in Spanish, just so they knew that she knew what they were saying and that she was not one to play with. And she just said they literally just stood there with their mouths dropped the whole
Oh, y'all
time.
ain't seen his on Shirley. Sis is stacked. Like she's a tall woman, but she built too. Like I'm
She ain't
talking like,
tall. Well, she
well,
tall to
she ain't
you.
that tall. She taller than me. Yeah, you right. She taller than me, but she stacked. She
Mm-hmm.
can knock some girls down. Ain't nobody gonna
Mm-hmm.
try her. She probably the. My little punch was a little ugly, but you get the
Yeah, it
gist.
was. It was pretty ugly.
But yeah, I love your Aunt Shirley.
But
She's
yeah,
so sweet.
I saw that mess, and I feel like that happens a lot. People they start speaking because that's a lot of people will tell you they feel it's really rude to just randomly start talking in Spanish around people. This is probably what's happening in a lot of those cases.
This is why I've been taking my Spanish courses on Saturdays and not saying nothing. Cause I'm gonna wait till somebody say something. I told you, muy bien, at the end.
Oh man, boy, man.
I'm gonna be going off. I'm just
Mm-mm.
steady getting
Well,
this Spanish together. Mine's a power move just so I can make more money. It's not even like once I'm like, oh, I want to communicate. Well, I do want to communicate with people about my money. No, I'm
oh,
joking. I do want to communicate with them.
did you take out Nick Cannon?
I did. Don't be saying it all on the air, Goofy.
Oh,
You
I
said
was
we
just
already talked
aside,
about it.
y'all. We were
You know,
supposed to
don't
be
be
talking
saying it
about Nick
all on the
Cannon,
air.
but
Just know that it's gone, okay? I took it
yeah,
out.
okay, Nick Cannon's gone. We were going to talk about him, but
But we not.
the time has passed. Plus,
Because Nick Cannon is just out here talking about he don't believe a family should be started with just one woman. And it's just like, that's feasible for you because you are a millionaire and can kind of afford that lifestyle, which is still a broken home to me in some ways. But for the men who can't, do not encourage them. Do not
mm-hmm,
encourage them. You broke fools, you keep your contraception on hand and you keep your Plan B pills in your pockets. You hear me?
mm-hmm, okay. But well, since that is it, that will conclude Rude Talk, and we can go ahead and
True
live in while
talk.
black.
Because we've been black most of our lives. Let me
All
drum
right,
roll.
so ball, drum roll. I was like, what is that? So y'all,
Don't do my drum roll.
starting this on a, I don't even know if it's a positive note, negative note. I don't know.
A positive note because a trial is being done for justice to be served to people who have been significantly harmed by a man who has run rampant in the music industry for far too fucking long.
Okay, so we're talking about R. Kelly. His trial starts today. For y'all who don't know, we're recording this on the 9th, August the
Why
9th.
you
So,
telling our
uh,
He always telling our
yeah, but I'm
business.
saying it started today. Then they're not going to know when it was, and if they're listening to it on Wednesday and they think that we're talking about on Wednesday, then they're going to
Whatever,
realize in two
y'all.
days' time. But after
They
two
could do their
years of
Googles
it
for the
being
record.
delayed, he's finally standing trial for all of the charges that have been brought against him. What are your thoughts here?
Um, for people who have been significantly hurt by him, I'm happy. 'Cause I know he'll be
Hmm.
probably found guilty.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like maybe some
Because
of
the
the
first
charges he
trial was
won't be
like a
found
shit
guilty
show where
for,
he
but
got off.
there's too many there are
Yeah.
just too many examples of things at this point that he just wouldn't get
But
charged for
we
something.
knew that something was up after that first trial. He got off. Okay, that was like a fluke in the justice system. But we knew something was up that minute that he was what, like 45. Then his girlfriend was 19. Remember
Hmm.
that? And whatever, it was like,
Hmm.
we knew he liked young. That's entirely too young. Like,
And then
I get that when you're a
Leah,
grown, yeah, actually, I get that you're grown. You can date when any age you want. But after a while, there's starting to become certain generational differences that you can't even reasonably date someone like this. Because one, they're the same age as your child. The maturity level ain't there. I don't care how mature you are for your age at 23 and
hmm
you're an adult, you're not going to be able to talk to somebody that's 53 and have things in common. Besides a
right,
lusty ass old man that wants your body, y'all not on the same level. He didn't went through so much of life and seen you still going through it. No, unless he's just extremely immature, which is
hmm
another topic. And you don't need to be dating his old ass anyway because he's a fool, and God only protects children and fools. So if he's 53 and immature, it's because he's a fool. He's a fool.
hmm
Okay, remember that, ladies. Don't never say I ain't never tell y'all nothing. But yeah, so
that's kind of
yeah.
how I feel. This has been long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long
And I
overdue.
loved R. Kelly's music, but it's just like, yo, you really was out here harmful, and he was harmed.
Thinking about her singing about these very kids that we.
It's the boldness of you singing about what really happened, like, because I can't listen to the songs the same way, type
I
thing.
mean, didn't he actually write "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number" by Aaliyah? I think he wrote that actual song
Uh,
because
you
he
need to be.
did a lot of stuff
We don't
for
talk
her
about
album.
her. We don't talk about Aaliyah's parents too often either, because somebody signed them papers. Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, but that's another topic because I don't think
Yeah.
I really, and I'm not even being funny because I see it all the time, but I really don't think we're ready for that conversation yet
Mm-mm.
because there's a lot of
Plus, I.
accountability with a lot of adults involved in this.
Hmm. And I think a lot of people don't really want to talk about that anyway because there was so much admiration and love for Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
that and she's gone, but
Yeah.
knowing all that stuff happened to her when she's never really spoken out about it. Hopefully, from a personal perspective, she was able to get some type of resolution because if all of that happened, I'm sure there was a lot that she needed to work through. Y'all see her trying to
Right.
sneak.
Uh, did you see me? Tried to
It
do
kind
a
of made me.
slick like, eh.
It kind of reminded me of like a kid. And like, I'm gonna just
Like,
get a
just
chip. Let me
like,
get this.
eh. I wanted to get a bowl of cherries. I'm low key hungry. I'm like,
Yeah, me too. But so soon as we done, I'm going to get food. But yeah, speaking of Aaliyah, I want to say this really quickly to pivot away from his trash ass. Her music is finally about to be released.
I seen that, even though it's probably for selfish purposes because her uncle then started his
Because
label
they
back
got
up.
merchandise coming and all. A new original album is coming.
He
Like,
was probably saving it this whole time to blow up on our asses. And
hmm
everybody going cop.
but if it's any consolation, not only is Aaliyah music coming, Tank's album is being released that he had on Blackground, Tony Braxton's Libra album that was also on Blackground, JoJo's first two albums are probably about to be releasing
JoJo
together.
telling people not to stream it off that
And I
that place.
agree, don't do it because that's money that's not going to be going to her. It's going to be going to him. And she re-recorded both of those albums so that going forward, the proceeds from those albums would be coming to her.
As they should because they are her song. Say that girl. Her uncle sound like he might be kind of scammy.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But moving right along, on a positive note, what do you have for us?
Um, Oh, Happy Cork. Child, I was sitting here trying to pull up the article again. Happy Cork, y'all. It's a black owned wine store here in BK Ordzay. And the owner's name is Sunshine Foss, right? She came to my
Hmm.
job and spoke on a black panel during Black History Month for us. And when I say sis lives up to her name, sis lives up to her name. Sis is a ray of sunshine. Not even a ball of sunshine, a ray of sunshine. That woman is sweet. You can ask her anything. She was really
I love
open,
the decor in her
honey.
house.
Okay, say that. She got a Black Girl Magic wine that she sells, and you know about the Black Girl Magic wine already.
Hmm.
Um, she has a professional background in fashion and design, home textiles. The store is dope, y'all.
You can
So if
tell,
you,
but looking at the decor in here, it's just like, oh, this
yeah, I
looks
was going to say
good.
you could tell she like it's really nice. And
Hmm.
one thing that she has said when she was decorating her store, because she has some everything in her store is comes from Black owned businesses or Black owners for the most part. She even has some Black owned spirits, I believe. Now I haven't had the spirits,
Hmm.
but my roommate goes there and I had some of the wine. It was good. Um, sorry, my thing went off. But yeah, sis got a Riesling, a Rose, and a red. The McBrath sisters. I know y'all heard of the McBrath sisters, the Black girls.
Hmm.
The Tennessee whiskey by Uncle Nearest, the Black distiller that taught the game to Jack
I've
Daniel.
heard of Uncle Nearest, but I haven't. I don't know anything about. I haven't tried it either.
Yeah, she got a OPP Pinot. First of all, if you down with hip hop, you already know. Okay,
You know
just want
exactly
to
what
say
that
that.
stands for.
Yeah. So there's
That was
gin.
actually
So
one of
she
my
is a
favorite songs as a kid, and I had no business singing it.
right. Me too. Because when I listen to it, I'm all like, "Oh, this song is about." Noted. That's why I be telling other generations, don't say nothing to us about the infidelities and the foolishness it's going to take, because nothing is new to the sun. I just keep thinking about me and Mrs. Jones. Y'all had a thing going on, right? Mrs. Jones
Hmm.
was not your wife, yes? Sounds like it. Okay. But anyway, back on hand. Um, she has intentional selection of products made by women. She wanted to create a platform for Black and minority owned wines, and she did just that. The shop is amazing. They got gifts, they got crafts, they got wooden Bicky coasters, y'all. I love to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
Okay,
I love everything about it. And you said this is right
everything.
near you.
It's right near me. And I was going to tell you, anytime. Well, when you come, we gonna walk down there. Anybody else is coming? 51 Buffalo Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. I don't know the zip code, but if you want to give sis a call, because I think she might ship. Don't quote me, but you probably got to spend a certain amount. So come prepared to get like a case or something and make it worth her while. Phone number 347-985-9067 or happy dash cork, like with a K.com.
Hmm.
Y'all should check Sunshine out and support this beautifully Black owned business because I'd love to see it.
You do. I really wish y'all. Well, again, go to the website she just said, blackownedbrooklyn.com. Y'all have to look at how this place
Oh,
looks. Like,
blackownedbrooklyn.com is where I found most of my. Well,
yeah, because you
anyone
can
who's
see
here,
many
y'all know
pictures
most of
there.
Brooklyn is black.
Yeah, you can
But
see like
it's
blackownedbrooklyn.com. They have a story for Happy Court, and if you go look at it, you can see how nice. like everything, even from the
You
inside. It's
really
supposed to be
can. Happy Court is lit. And I found black owned Brooklyn when I first moved here. When I first moved here, and it's mostly like food, drinks. There's a Caribbean spot I go to. I don't know, was I think I found Kokomo on there. I don't know if it was
good.
black owned or maybe somebody told me about it. Um, but anyway, they want to keep the rich stories that often erase and gentrify Brooklyn. They wanted you to learn more and participate in the old Brooklyn, basically, because at one point, I think Brooklyn is still 79% black, but I think at one point it was like 90%
Mm.
or in the
That's
90s.
that's a
Either
big
way,
drop.
yeah, it's a big drop. Gentrification. But there's still a lot of black people around here and they fighting hard to keep that culture. And I love to see it. That's part of the reason I moved to Bed-Stuy because I want to live around people who look like me.
Yeah, it's better. I mean, you could go to the Bronx, but it's
I'm not
scary
going.
there.
Yeah, what I tell you. First of all, the Bronx is lit though. Definitely went up to go pick up
Oh
my
yeah,
homeboy's mom. They had the old heads outside playing the dominoes. Subwoofer was booming. I got the car. Oh yes, because I'm gonna get into it. Like, so the Bronx is definitely lit. It's just be built for it. You got to be built Bronx tough. Plus, the Bronx is far from Brooklyn. I'm more likely to go to Queens than anything because it's closer. Sorry, my eyes itching.
yeah.
It was itching.
I was just gonna say, as she's continued to talk about these places, I don't remember. I don't know where all these places are. I
You
just
don't got to know
know
where they are. I'm just
Brooklyn
giving you
and
proximity. Okay.
right, Brooklyn and the Bronx. That's all I
Right.
know.
Brooklyn and Queens are by each other. The Bronx and Manhattan are by each other.
Hmm.
Brooklyn and Queens is downtown. The Bronx and Manhattan is uptown. That's all you need to know. Shut
Sure.
your ass up. It's time for us to end.
All right, do you have
I ain't got nothing.
anything you want to leave people for a change?
Nothing. Yeah. Nothing.
Well, I'm. This is something that I remember reading back in May when we were going through a gas shortage. Just to bring you back to the times that we have made it through this year. I am not worried about no gas shortage. I pull up at the club, VIP, gas tank on me, but all drinks on me.
Say that.
Wipe me
Talk
down.
about faith.
That song is a whole. That song is all kinds of toxic. You really go to talk about. I ain't got no gas, but I'm gonna
See,
be
you talk about
VIP in
it's
the
toxic, and I
club.
look at it as positivity and hope.
No, because then okay, so you're also probably going to be evicted. So you said one last hurrah before I come home and my door is bolted up and my stuff is outside on the
No,
on the
you pull up to
curb.
the gas tub, gas or the club, gas tank on E. That's faith. You roll here on fumes in the grace of God. Step one.
And then have no clue how
All
to get it
drinks
back.
on you. So you took that blessing of you making it into the club after running on fumes and
Hmm.
sharing it with someone else who may not have had money for the drink in the club. All drinks on you. Wipe you
Yeah,
down.
that sounds great for someone who has no intentions on making a home.
See, you always talking shit. You always looking at the cup half empty and it's half full. And that's your problem. This cup
Mm-mm.
is half full, and you're not looking at the faith aspect of this man riding on fumes in the grace of God. And
Mm-mm.
then once he
Don't
safely
be
arrived
using
to his sad
don't be using
destination,
God and faith
took
with
that
this.
blessing
Mm-mm.
and shared it with others with drinks and merriment, spirits for everybody.
But you know what he could have done? He could have not done VIP and still and had just $5. This is just $5 over there. You over here like literally on fumes.
I'm making this an
It's
engagement
showing
purse.
your
Is the
heart.
song Wipe Me Down a song about faith or mismanaged financial responsibilities?
Yep,
There we
it's
go.
mismanaged financial
It is not. It is
responsibility.
not. This
Mm,
is a song about faith. It's
mm-mm.
just like in church. We've come this far by faith. Where's the saints? Because I know y'all know this one. See, let's just end this show right here because you mad
Because I
negative
know this
tonight.
song, but I'm not about to do this. I'm
It's
not
because
about
you're
to take that
negative.
song with this. No, mm-mm. That's exactly how you end up on the side of the road, swinging your leg, trying to get somebody to pick you up. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, all right, ballheads, that is all I have for you this week. Again, subscribe down there. Subscribe on whatever streaming platform you're listening to us on, and we will talk to y'all next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
You see her. Y'all. You see her typing.
Y'all
You
don't
can
see
tell
me
she
typing
typing.
nothing.
You can see it. You can tell she typing.
All in my business.
All
I'm
right,
making
bye, y'all.
myself a note to make that my engagement post with a visual. Y'all know I be having to
Mhm.
write myself notes to get these posts out. Shut your ass up. You always put me on the spot. Turn the cameras off. Turn
Oh,
these
y'all.
cameras off.